especially now that they are playing on the blue side, expect some changes coming in for the first pick.
Let's see, the bans are coming out, and that's going to be Ison Shin. They don't want to give that to DreamMax. And looking at the bans here from EVOS SG, it might look a bit standard, let's say, but it's all about the vision game for them. Two of their bans really gives good vision on the jungle or wherever the other team is. So for DreamMax right now, they ban out the Natalia, and that is going to help EVOS SG a lot. But I think DreamMax is planning out something here to probably get a mage that could get disrupted by a Natalia. Brody is one of those bans that you just have to do just because of the sheer amount of firepower that he has at any stage of the game.
That's right, and right now, DreamMax being forced to either ban out Esmeralda or leave it out in the open. Instead, they ban out the Vendetta. So Pokemon has a really good chance right now to just snatch away what I just mentioned, the Esmeralda.
Now the Esmeralda was put into the hands of EVOS SG, and God knows what can they do with it. DreamMax, on the other hand, goes for a Mathilda. It's let loose here by the side of EVOS SG. They did ban this out earlier, but Mathilda right now is available, and we can see a lot of burst potential and protection for the side of DreamMax alongside the Cho.
That's right, and the Water Dragon was the game-winning play for EVOS SG. Without it right now, DreamMax is hoping to punch the ticket in towards this best of 3 with a win for themselves. And I like that they do have some really great setup, especially with Matilda coming in with that circling Eagle. That's going to be quite a tough crowd control to break through. So to respond to that, of course, Esmeralda in general still going to be quite tough to catch with the Falling Star Moon. And don't fix what's broken. Don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah.
Before I actually pursue further with the third pick, because we still have the Claw as well as the Hayabusa. And
I'd say this is very
very standard
greedy.
stuff.
I'd say this is very greedy, just showing what you want to go for in terms of the core lanes, the side lanes, and the jungle. You didn't even set up for your tank or your support. So I guess in a way, EVOS SG has a lot of room to adjust depending on what kind of utility that they need to bring into this match. But for the side of DreamMax, they do not hold back onto getting the Ling.
Yeah,
they just went for it.
I'm really glad to actually see the Ling come into play, because there are times that Ling was actually left out in the open and nobody has been picking him up. Of course, patches by patches, he did receive certain nerfs, but hey, he's still very reliable when he gets a hit. One good pick is good enough for them to be getting that sort of activation where he can cause a lot of threat throughout the entirety of the Land of God. Now, moving in towards the bans, we are seeing an Akai. So, really smart bans coming through from DreamMax's side. Now, Young has to find the response, because there's just going to be more of these targets on towards tank. And remember this, there's still going to be things that's pretty much left out in the open. I'm surprised, like, last game you mentioned Lapu Lapu was left available, nobody was actually playing it, but in this sort of moment, it would be too greedy to actually take a Lapu Lapu as well.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility for DreamMax, but I think for EVOS SG right now, they're aiming to go for those side lane heroes as well. They ban out the Yuzhong, that is good. At least they don't have this certain, backline hero, or a hero that can go to the backline rather, and just try to take down Pokemon, probably Soul and JPL as well. And I think with that contra, EVOS SG might be planning to go for another Farsa.
Oh, perhaps so. I definitely see that one having a very big potential. But the question is, Soul is kind of like a Soul pseudo tank in that sort of way. Would that actually be enough for them to just soak in those damages? Because they still need somebody to just get in their faces and still do something about it.
I mean, it all depends on the phase of the game. Like, Soul can be tanky, but that's going to be by the time when we hit the mid game and the late game. So right now, I think DreamMax is really aiming to end this game early. And because looking at EVOS SG's first three picks, you have these scaling, assassins, marksman, and mage. So I'm guessing DreamMax right now should just backpedal on this. They have the capability to end this early. They just have to draft right. They don't, they don't have the side lanes. They have a tank possibly on Cho and the support on Matilda. So let's see what they're planning to do here. Well, they did ban a lot of tanks, by the way. They just went for Sylvana, they went for Akai. Well, EVOS SG taking out good side lane or off lane heroes there on their bans.
That's right. And now we're going to be looking at...
Oh,
okay. We mentioned about the Lapu Lapu. And like you said, DreamMax possibly have this perfect sort of pick going their way. And instead of banning out the Lapu Lapu, they were banning off the Colgate, which honestly isn't really that bad of a choice of bans. Like, I believe that they know how to actually handle this Lapu Lapu, but recently he's just been this sort of lane bully that he's pretty hard to crack in that sort of sense.
Yeah. In terms of dueling, he has a lot of hits in her skills. He has the projectile, he has a way to dash in, dash out, gap closers, and as well as the ultimate that deals a lot of damage. And seriously, Lapu right now is a monster onto the side lane. If you just want to duel, if you just want to win your lane, or you want to have a stable or consistent offlaner, then just go for Lapu. Hilda and the Kagura.
Okay, I'm liking what I see here. So you got some really great setups. You can see Potatoes looking to find a way to just get a big catch. And after that, Yin Yang overturned with the Falling Star Moon as well. On top of Claude with the Blazing Duet. Well, do I have to even mention OG Shadow Kill? Like, this is a very heavy team fight comp, and they still go up into going for picks as well. So it's a little bit versatile, but I like the addition of that box here because that's gonna be the guide to actually stop big threats like the Hayabusa.
The only thing I'm looking at right now is there's a lot of responsibility put into the hands of the Kagura and the Hilda. Just seeing how they will set the tempo for their lanes to win, that is going to be the big question here for the side of EVOS SG. DreamMax, I really think that their early game is way better than EVOS SG. It's about EVOS SG, whether the early game snowball that will be set up by DreamMax, and they will be trying to set that snowball up and just win it from there. Now, I think EVOS SG, this is one of their lineups where they really like to go for those complex win conditions.
That's right, and even with that, like, they are still trying to find that sort of formula. You know, perhaps this would be a great way to start off the group stages here. And possibly this might not just be their trump card just about yet, because there's a bigger opponent waiting in the way. And Hoshi, of course, watching this game, must think, okay, interesting grabs coming from EVOS SG side. And of course, all thanks to Zace. But with this game commencing up right here, DreamMax looking to find an equalizer, but JPL getting sandwiched in between Maker as well as Snakes. This does not look good. He will eventually find a way to escape, squeezing towards the top side, and it's still first blood.
Baksha is such a good pick here for the side of DreamMax, considering that Hilda will be trying to go for the invade and using those brushes to get regeneration on his HP. That cuts it. At least in a way, he cuts that regeneration. Soul here going in, and that he is caught in crossfire. Soul here trying to run away. He does have the Purify, but will it matter? He doesn't have the extra movement speed up. Now he has it, and he lives to tell the tale.
Yeah, and oh man, like, you got 4 members right there, DreamMax. Is that a dream or what? But JPL is just putting in a little bit of the commotion up towards the mid side, and JPL actually gets punished for it. Like, is that a case of overconfidence or what? I just couldn't tell. But now, 2 kills for side of DreamMax. They get a little bit of head start, and they're pressing on the attack. Making it actually misses. If he crushes on top of Pokemon, he'll be punished by Lewis.
I mean, the hero's job is to invade. And Hilda is really strong at that. But when you cut out the regeneration that comes out when he goes to these kinds of setups, Lewis here might go down. One Shadow still there, but Micah here really just wanted to go for that, backup, but it was a bit too late, and Micah will just, run back to the turret.
Yep, level 4 intact, and 5% ability goes in for the OG Shadow kill, and that's pretty much a easy pickup for the higher in that sort of sense. But members of South of EVOS Singapore, they are slowly finding their pace back in towards the game. As you can see, it has already been evened out in terms of gold. But if we're on towards Soul side, it's still a little bit risky to just contest for that river crab at the moment. JPL want to cost a stir once again, but there's a time and place for everything at the moment.
That is true.
Maker, alongside with Homus, is going to be looking for some catches and Ling. Just give him enough time. Now that he does have that one kill, he just wait for that first big item spike, and he's just going to be roaming all across.
He needs time, but not as much time as the Claude, Hayabusa, or the Esmeralda needs. So that is going to be their, selling point here into winning this game. But Micah gets away. Nix here and Micah just giving a lot of pressure here to the side of EVOS SG.
That's right. Couple of boots being purchased. While the turtle might just be started right here. Micah tries to stop them right here. It's going to be members on the side of EVOS SG trying to put that pressure in. Not enough to take down Micah at the moment. JPL trying to find this pick in the form of Nix. This might just be really good. The Umbrella's being sent out to get to a little bit of damage. Flame shot, but well, he gets body blocked by Homes right there. Good choice to be able to just stand a little bit forward to just block the attack.
It's as if he knew that was coming. Homes here. Looking at the map, he has the map awareness. And that is great news for the side of DreamMax.
And they're diving over on towards the corner. Can he survive? The Tempest have to use. They're looking for Pokemon as well. Pokemon knows that this is definitely not the right fight to pick up at the moment. They can come in from the back as well. JPL knows that he can still tank in a little bit of damage. He's not too worried, but oh no. Whoever Dragon has already been used, and JPL goes down. And well, that's going to be a kill for DreamMax, making 3-1.
JPL is getting heavily punished right now just because of the capability of the Hilda getting cut out. He has 3 deaths on his belt already. Pokemon might actually take down Homes here, but Luis and Homes just gonna get away. And you can see Micah going in here. Aeon trying to go for that yin-yang overturn. And Rasho Umbrella Flea is there. Shadow Kill is there. Micah here getting clobbered by JPL. This is his revenge, but he has no damage to back that up.
Oh boy. I'm not gonna lie, just looking at how they fight, it definitely looks messy, but whoa, turn around! He does juke the side of Louise, and he's being stuck in between. No way out for DreamMax's side, and Aeon just flexing it all out.
Aeon there. Clearly outplaying Luis, ladies and gentlemen. Soul here might be in a bit too deep. Soul trying to get away. There is the back shot. There is going to be anti-healing, anti-shields for that. And that is going to be Potato trying to get the kill. Hilda here with the ultimate. He secures the kill. So that is another stack here for that Hilda. She's at 3 stacks now.
Indeed, and I really thought that Homies might just actually get out because he just set the Tempest just in time just to negate the damage being done from the OG Shadow Kill, but the healer just arrived to the scene and now
Coba kita naikkan lagi ya.
arrived to the scene and now JPL still once again, I guess instead of a feeding Diggy meta, JPL is just like, okay, I dare you to take me down. It's not going to be much of a point, like, you're taking out the tank, but over the outside, he might just be able to win this trade against Cabral. But, now that he's being pushed back, it's still considered, like, a win in terms of pressure because they're now
Objective
going for the
berikutnya,
turtle attempt.
turtle.
It's going to be Mega trying to
Singapore.
press on the engagement, but they can't find any sort of leeway. JBL's
Ditengok sama
on
Hilda,
their
iya.
core, and Mega, he gets in towards the swing,
Turtle dia bisa
and
diambil
it does
dan
not look good at all.
boxnya
EVOS gets
mati.
turtle, they also got Mega along the way.
Should have, would have, could have, but yeah, I mean, Soul didn't really have that falling star moon when they tried to go. He tried to go for that engage. DreamMax here, they're
DreamMax.
not picking fights wisely. They're just going in. As long as they have the opportunity, they fight every fight that they see.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
boy, a
yeah.
lot of damage being done with the blazing duet. Oh, he tries to make it out. And
Hampir
possibly
saja,
escape.
jangan nafsu
Does
Hilda,
get a
jangan
little
nafsu
bit
Look at
Hilda.
Hayabusa. Look at Hayabusa.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
I guess the highest.
Killing
He's
spree
getting
Hayabusa.
a little bit more than that. And OG Shadow Kill
Salah
out towards
datang.
Fake. This is not the
Dan
place he
Hayabusa
wants
juga
to
killing
be.
spree.
Not
Wow.
only did they secure 2 kills
Salah
in the back,
perhitungan
they're
dari
opening
tim
it up,
Brazil.
and turret will go down.
It's like the collateral. Like, it's collateral damage.
Dan Ling
You just
kembali Ling
you
Blue.
went there at the wrong place at the wrong time, and right now Home is here. His buff got stolen and he couldn't really do anything about
Oh,
it.
Home is-
Potato going in, Tempest of Blaze forced out. That's the mid lane turret destroyed. Are they gonna come in? Look at the
naging
yin yang
boss sila ng
overturn. It won't
Pasipos.
really pull back anyone. And Soul waiting at
jangan
the
blunder.
front.
Luis?
Right place, right time.
Yeah.
And look at this falling star
Masuk
move
dia,
on
double
four.
kill.
Ladies and gentlemen, Soul. Soul making the plays.
Ooh.
My goodness, just look at that execution.
3 tukar
Crisp
1,
and
langsung
clear.
push tengah.
EVOS SG set their eyes on towards the inhib, but this is not looking to be all too smooth.
masuk
But
lagi.
Luis, he
Iya.
gets melted down like butter.
Oh.
Potato goes right back at it as Cabral, the last member of DreamMax, still
Hayabusa sama
surviving.
Cloudnya sakit.
He is the last hope right here. Seems like Mika is already back up, so they will be forcing a retreat coming from EVOS SG side. But they take all the stuff that they needed,
Kasih
and
napas.
EVOS SG have absolute control of the map.
It was convenient for you to say melted like butter because you're
Oh, sorry.
casting with a guy named Butter. So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But right now,
Hildanya coba lu kasih mas-mas.
Oh,
no
Oh.
offense. No
Oh.
offense taken. No
I feel
offense
bad now.
taken.
I feel bad.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Right now,
Oh,
JPL
no,
is at
no,
max
no.
stacks.
Oh,
He gets
oh, oh.
caught in on that
Oh,
three-man
Hilda,
setup
Hilda.
from the side of DreamMax.
Yeah.
And look at this.
Masuk,
Cabral going in for
Cloudnya
Aeon. Aeon
mati.
goes down.
Mati spotnya.
Shadow Kill has been thrown out. Potato here in the middle of
Double
everything as
kill.
well. And he gets a lot of kills.
Hayabusa
Tempest
double
of
kill.
Blades thrown out. Will he survive though? JPL doesn't
jangan
have enough
maksa
damage. He
Hilda.
doesn't have the ultimate, so they will just back down.
yeah, and you can see that a lot of all these Tempests have been used for a defensive purpose instead of offense. It's so hard for them to set up. And Luis,
Yeah,
he's in a
nagocek
dangerous
satu,
situation
dua.
as JPL is cutting the exit. They're hunting their heads off. And Luis does have a little bit of safety of the turret, but he's still having his chunk of health taken
Oh,
off
satu
a
death,
slither.
satu mati.
And, well, easy peasy lemon squeezy for Potato.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy indeed. And
Easy
another steal
peasy
onto the
lemon
buff of
squeezy.
the lane. They cannot secure any more resources.
Whoa, my goodness.
Blazing duet. Goodness gracious, the damage output from Pokemon. He's now online. And look at this, BMI
Oh, oh.
in. Ling
Oh,
was there, and
mati.
Ling will secure the kill.
Pokemonnya mati.
Nice reaction coming out from DreamMax, and EVOS
Agak telat datang
SG wants to
supportnya.
fight more.
That's right.
Agak telat tadi datang supportnya.
Great catch coming
Keburu
out,
mati tadi
and
cloudnya.
Pokemon feeling a little bit of the
Sayang
confidence
sekali.
out there, but you know, the Claude so far has only gotten 1 kill. He's not entirely all up there just about yet, but just look at Potato. He has not fallen a single time. I think that DreamMax really has an issue trying to catch this Hayabusa, and as you can see, JPL just draws every sort of aggro coming right in. A split push is coming imminently with the Esmeralda slowly marching that wave up top side. And look at the Hayabusa. He's just waiting right there.
Now, I want to talk about Homis a bit. He has the damage contra actually, but his Tempest of Blades is used as an escape mechanic. Soul here in the middle of everyone, but he is just waiting for it to kill at this point.
Iya,
Right, and
udah
now the
masuk
rest of members of
ultinya.
EVOS coming right in. They're trying to actually take Make it
Dan
down,
tidak
but
berbuat
Cabral
apa-apa.
forcing the issue right here. He will be able to secure the kill.
Tidak,
Coming
tidak,
right
tidak,
in,
tidak,
but
tidak. Apa
look at
terjadi?
that damage coming out from the Blazing Duet as well. Cabral with wanting to help will be taken down as well. OG Shadowcast
Oh,
already
satu
expanded
tukar
as
dua,
you
satu
can
tukar
see.
tiga,
JPL
satu tukar
tries to
empat.
move in. Oh, Luis!
Oh,
Quick
Luis.
catches right
Oh,
through.
waduh,
But
waduh.
Luis still has to wait on Dragon towards the side potato on the last stand.
Menjadikan
And this
wipe
is a wipeout for EVOS Singapore.
Wipe
And
out
this
EVOS
will be
Singapore.
game over
Dan
for them.
udah selesai
2-0
nih, guys.
victor is coming up at home.
Udah
Is
selesai,
coming
udah
up in
selesai.
within 6 seconds.
Tinggal
Could
push
he
aja nih.
defend this one? I think that's
Ya,
pretty much enough.
tinggal push
EVOS
aja ini.
SG will be having the
Ya.
top of the podium of this group at this moment.
And this SG and the SG
So,
crowd
guys.
goes wild. Home court advantage, is that really the
2-0.
thing right here? I don't. Well, let's see. Let's see. But right now, it's a 2-0 for EVOS SG. DreamMax, they did show a good, they did show good strategies, but they
Keren guys. 2-0 rata wipe out.
have to polish it up more. Now, DreamMax has to
Mantap,
go
mantap,
against
mantap.
RRQ
Bisa
That's
dipelajari.
right, and well, that's definitely going to be a
Bisa
really
dipelajari. Kemudian nanti
explosive
match ini
match
lawan
to be
RRQ.
witnessed
Hoshi.
out there.
Itu
And
sekian
well,
dari saya.
what a spectacular
Thank you.
play coming out of all of these players out there. So, with that being said, we still have a lot to talk about. So, of course, with that, you would like to thank some of the sponsors out there.
Yeah, man, catch the live streaming of Mega Event, Mobile Legends